Hey YouTube, it's Geoffrey here in Penang, Malaysia. I'm standing out in Speaker's Square, which is supposed to be a place for people to exercise their right to freedom of speech. I don't know if that right is aspirational or actual, but I like the idea, and it's a nice place to hang out on a morning that is rapidly getting warm. This place has been very sweaty. It's been very sweaty recently, but it's okay. It's been enjoyable. I actually picked Penang kind of at random, just because I was in Thailand and I wanted to see a bit of Malaysia before I went down to Singapore, and I'd heard about it. So I decided to stop here, and only then did I find out that it is apparently the food capital of Malaysia, and I believe it. Walk around any place in the old town and it's pretty much just lined with food carts and restaurants from all over the world. You've got your Malaysian places, but you've also got Indonesian places, Chinese places, Indian places, you name it, and it's all good. Not all of it is exceptional, but it's all been quite delicious from my experience so far. But if you can't tell, this place was a colonial city, colonized by the English a couple hundred years ago, and it's obvious, not just from the architecture, but from the culture here. The culture is very divided, and you can see it clearly. And you've got these very opulent, luxurious places literally right next to people's crumbling homes where you can't believe someone is actually living. The division is stark. But at the same time, it's almost so ingrained, like it's been around for so long, that I wouldn't say it's comfortable, but it's just kind of accepted it. It's a different dynamic than anywhere else I've been. And there's always this division between, the tourists and the locals, but it's obvious here and it's different. I spent Saturday night at a party hostel. Not entirely sure why I did that, but it was an interesting experience that I'm glad I had. It was informative and insightful, and I'm glad I did it. But I'll never do it again. Kind of like the meditation thing, but not quite as good. But while I was there, I think I didn't see any locals. We were all foreigners, and about half of them were English. And I'm not sure I've ever actually had that before. I've definitely been to a lot of very touristy places where mostly there are tourists, but usually there's like one or two of the locals that tend to mix in, that just want to, I don't know, feel cool, or they like hanging out with tourists, or want to make some money, who knows. But it's been a little different. But yesterday I had an opportunity to hang out with a bunch of locals and discover what might be my new hobby, which is acro yoga. It was so much fun. It was a completely different challenge from anything I'd done before. I had wanted to get into yoga for a while, but I never could justify the cost or the time commitment for something that wasn't as much of a workout as I was looking for. But with acro yoga, it is very much pushing my limits of strength and control and stability, and it was fantastic. And it's a great way to make friends because you can't do acro alone. So I will definitely be looking for ways to continue that in other places where I'm traveling. But I've got a couple more days here. I'm probably going to head out to Malacca tomorrow. I haven't booked anything, but it seems like another reasonable place to stop. And it'll get me about 6 hours closer to Singapore, where I need to be before early morning on July 30th to get back to Scandinavia. And I will keep you guys updated from there. Take care.